Laughter. We know that. It's good for you. Apparently, so is being in a trance. Well, one man is combining both for a workshop this weekend. If you're a fan of TEDx talks, you may have heard of Albert Nurnberg. He is the most widely viewed TEDx speaker on hypnosis. Here's a clip.
There's a stereotype, a false stereotype, that people that are more hypnotizable often are seen as either gullible or the stereotype is even weak-minded. The actual reality is hypnotizable people tend to be more beautiful. Weirdly enough, it's true actually, and very intelligent and also athletic.
That rules me out. Master hypnotist Albert Nurnberg joins us on the line. Good morning, Albert.
Good morning. That's still true. You know, a great example of a hypnotic subject is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was hypnotized before almost every fight, and I don't think we would describe him as weak.
No. We wouldn't describe him as good-looking either, I don't think.
Well, yes, not after his yeah.
When he went a little crazy with the tattoos, that happened. Hey, Albert, how did you get into this?
Totally by accident. It sounds funny, but I'm a filmmaker, and I was making a film about 9/11. This is like 20 years ago, and I got really traumatized by the film and had like pictures stuck in my head, like a lot of people actually, and I couldn't get them out. And I just happened to go to a workshop where they did this process on me. I didn't even know what it was, and then the pictures went away. And so I was like, I got to learn how to do this. And it turned out like that was hypnosis, sort of basic hypnosis. And then I just realized, this stuff is more interesting than I thought. There's more to it. So that's how I started.
What are the most common questions you get about hypnosis?
Are you going to turn me into a chicken? Is it real? A lot of people think it may not be real. It is real. I think what confuses people is people respond differently. So you have one guy over there who can do amazing things and yes, can be turned into a chicken, and then you have somebody who just might get relaxed. And so because there's that kind of inconsistent result, sometimes people think, it's like you made a deal with the chicken guy, but you didn't. The chicken guy is real. So that's one of the big questions. You got a whole bunch. I mean, whether you can solve problems, whether you can become a better person, all those things. And I think generally, sometimes the answer is yes.
So you use it for good and not evil.
Yes, definitely. You definitely use it for good and not evil. And what's interesting, it's a lot of fun to use it for good. It can be so wild and so crazy that the amazing things that you can do for people or with people in a comedy situation is kind of limitless. The joke is that if you can dream it, you can do it, and that's just to a certain extent true.
But there's a lot of fear and a lot of stereotypes around hypnosis. And in fact, aren't there some countries where it's illegal?
Yes. Well, okay. I think it's been this way for a long time, even since, Anton Mesmer, which is like 1780, was, driven out of Paris for proposing hypnosis. So it's never really come fully out of the shadows. And yes, like for example, in Belgium, as you mentioned, it is illegal to do stage hypnosis. It's just against the law. There are some countries where you are not allowed to practice hypnosis, more in the Eastern Bloc. And there are just some countries where you must be a medical doctor, which I think is an interesting idea, but I think it's you don't have to be. If you are trained, you don't need to be a medical doctor to do hypnosis. You're not doing operations on people, so it doesn't really make sense. So there's still, you're right, there's still a lot of nervousness around something that can be explained quite scientifically, and is basically, when you get down to it, hypnosis is just relaxing a lot. That's all it is, relaxing a lot.
And you're combining that with laughter for your hypnotic laughter experience. Yeah. Why?
Okay, well, so I go to and do stage hypnosis shows, and I notice this kind of crazy thing that when people are hypnotized, they laugh really hard, like lunatics, and sometimes you have to stop them. They won't stop laughing, basically. And because I also work in laughter therapy, where I notice that getting people to laugh is really valuable, meaning having a good laugh is like the best thing you can experience, and it's so healthy for you and de-stressing. And I thought, if you can hypnotize people just to laugh like nonstop, why don't you kind of put these two things together? And so that's where I came up with this idea called the Hypnotic Laughter Experience, where the idea is a bunch of people are hypnotized to laugh like crazy, and they will laugh like crazy. And then it doesn't matter if the rest of the people are hypnotized or not, because laughter is contagious. So you hear these people laughing like crazy, and you will laugh too. And the whole group kind of does all kinds of extreme laughter. It's like kind of extreme fighting. Well, this is like extreme laughter, where people really, they don't bust the gut, but the expression would be accurate, that you bust a gut.
I know that there's laughter yogis, there's laughter meditation. Is there some healing properties to laughter, or you're just hoping to create stomach cramps, or what's the point in making us laugh hysterically?
Okay, so if you have ever been to a good comedy show, it has to usually be a good one, you will often notice, like halfway through, this big weight coming off your shoulders. This is because you're laughing and laughing really hard. And now the reason is, it's a kind of, when you laugh hard, you have to be in the present. It is impossible to worry about your bills, for example, or regret the past while you're laughing really hard. You just can't. And that's a brain thing. There's science to show it. So it puts you forcibly in the present, where there's nothing to worry about. If you're having a good time, you're having a good time. So that's one of the benefits. The other is, they know that laughter actually metabolizes cortisol. Cortisol is the number one stress hormone. Mm-hmm. And so if you got a lot of stress going on, and then you just laugh, it's gone. I mean, I'm talking about within maybe 30 seconds or so. But the challenge, and that's why the hypnotic laughter experience is, sometimes it's not easy to get to that level of laughing, meaning you can sort of, and you're trying to laugh, but it's not all there. But what hypnosis does is that instead of kind of working yourself up to it, where you get agitated up to laughing, hypnosis makes you relax so much that it's just really easy. The people that do it just get calmer and calmer and calmer. Then they start laughing, and then it gets crazy. That's kind of how it works.
So tell us about this workshop that you're holding this weekend. It is online. So are you teaching people how to put themselves into hypnosis and then laugh really hard? How does it work?
Because people haven't seen this before, so sometimes some of the people that are going to be there are hypnotists, so they can learn how to do it. It's not that complicated, but there's some technique. But two, there's people who just want to experience it can just come. And then people who maybe are even nervous about being hypnotized don't have to be hypnotized. They can just come, and when you hear the other people laughing, you will be laughing. So part of it is learning this kind of technique, because I think this is a way to spread more laughter for people to really, I'm into sort of these intense experiences. I just think if you're going to laugh, you might as well laugh hard. And the science is fairly clear. When people go into hypnotic trance, they are less inhibited. This is why if you go to a stage hypnosis show, you'll see crazier things than you normally see. This is because there's a part of the brain that normally inhibits us from doing wild stuff that is turned down. And so that makes us wilder.
I love that. Thanks for joining us this morning. How can people sign up?
So if you just go on Eventbrite, or you just look up, I'm pretty sure if you Google the Hypnotic Laughter Experience, there's a 2-for-1. It's $20, and it's basically Edmonton time, I think 10 a.m. to noon.
Okay.
So this Saturday, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So
all right.
Yeah, and anybody can just show up.
Well, certainly, definitely affordable. Thanks so much, Albert. We've been talking to Albert Nirenberg. He is master hypnotist, and he's putting on the hypnotic laughter experience that you can take part in if you sign up.